Hi guys, okay, so this is the next part of our module on resumes, CVs, and cover letters. I think we're at part 4 now, which is cover letters. So let's go back over here and I will resume the presentation. All right, so cover letters. What are cover letters? They are a letter to your employer about who you are and why you want to work for them. So the first step is to include contact information. So you want to include your name, address, phone, email, and sometimes you might want to include social media, but it's generally not required unless you have a really good reason to do so, because it is on your resume. You also want to include the date, and you want to include the recipient information. So in the order of what you'll want to include is the name, their position, at what company, the address, phone, and email address. So you always want to open with a standard greeting. So hello is okay. Salutations might be a little bit too formal. So kind of a standard greeting like you would open any other formal letter. You do want to address the recipient by name. So don't use to whom it may concern, because that shows you haven't done your research and you don't know to whom you're addressing it. Normally the name of the person will be in the job description. If it's not, do a little research, figure out who the head of HR is. And then you're going to write your introductory paragraph. So you'll include the position that you're applying for, why you're excited about the position, and why you want to work for this company. Then you'll write the next couple of paragraphs, normally 2 to 3, which are background paragraphs. So you summarize any key experiences or accomplishment. So make sure you keep it relevant to the company. You want to select the most important things from your resume to include here. You'll also want to talk about some of your soft skills as well. You want to conclude by talking about why you're uniquely qualified for this position and what you can bring to the company. So why do they want to hire you? End with a formal salutation, so sincerely, best regards, things like that, and then sign your name so that it's a little bit more formal. So it's very important with cover letters to use the correct format. As you can see, this is from Indeed's career guide. So you start with the date and contact information. Normally you also put right under this, I didn't realize it was here, wasn't here, but you also put either on the other side or right underneath it the information for the hiring manager, so their name and all of that. Then you have your salutations, your greetings. So here it says dear hiring manager, and dear is fine. Just make sure you use the name instead of hiring manager. Then you have your opening paragraph, your middle paragraphs, your closing paragraph, and your complimentary close or your like sincerely, and your name and signature. So here's a sample cover letter. Okay, here's someone where they did do both sides. So Brian Abrahams is the person applying. This is that person's contact information. They're applying to Martin Luther King Elementary School, where Jacob Johnson is the principal, and here's his contact information. There's the date, June 20th, 2015. Your salutation, dear Mr. Johnson. Your introduction. It recently came to my attention that Martin Luther King Elementary School is looking for an early education instructor. Upon learning of this, I immediately completed the online application process. I am also writing to reiterate my sincere interest in the position and tell you a little more about myself. So this says what position he's applying for, and expresses his interest in the position. Throughout my collegiate career, I had the opportunity to do field work in a number of remarkable schools in Chicago. At each, I became a contributing member of the school community by volunteering my time and energy to provide enrichment to students. In addition to observing and conducting lessons, I organized a school-wide field trip, helped organize a nutrition program, and volunteered in an after-school music program. As a teacher, I want to go above and beyond the call of duty to provide valuable learning experiences to students at the school where I work, and I believe that my dedication, energy, and enthusiasm would allow me to become a successful member of the MLK community. So here he's kind of highlighted the most important things he did and how they would be beneficial to MLK. Here's another one, another body paragraph. I possess teacher certification in both math and early childhood education. As you're aware, this is an unusual combination of qualifications. It is my goal to make math instruction enjoyable and accessible to young children. I'm also well versed in MS Office and have experience using Smartboard in the classroom. So here are some other things that would be beneficial. So since they didn't really fit with these, he put it in another paragraph. My resume is enclosed for your review. I would like further information or a copy, or if you would like further information or a copy of my teaching portfolio, please do not hesitate to contact me. Thank you for your time and consideration. I look forward to speaking with you. Sincerely, that's his closing. So this is his conclusion, his closing, and then his name, and he'd sign it right here. So some tips for cover letters. Make sure you include keywords, proofread, be concise, and include the most important information. You do need to keep it under 300 words. That's about 1 page. But be professional, but don't be stiff and robotic. You know, be human. Help the employer to kind of see who you are as a person. And I know that can be a really hard balance to strike. Next part is bad resumes. So let me stop this one here, and then if anyone wants to see some examples of bad resumes and bad cover letters, I will put them in another one in just a moment. So we'll stop this one, and then we'll go from there.